In our fast-paced world, it often feels like an unwelcome, overwhelming companion, doesn't it? That
Mm-hmm.
nagging feeling, the endless loop of what-ifs that can steal our peace and even, well, our sleep.
Absolutely.
Something truly universal, something that touches every single one of us.
Mm-hmm.
Worry. But what if there was a real, actionable way to tackle it?
Uh-huh.
What if we could actually learn to stop worrying and, start living?
Mm. Okay, let's unpack this.
Indeed. For this deep dive, we're drawing from a really foundational work that has guided millions. Dale Carnegie's How to Stop Worrying and Start Living.
Right.
And it's not just a collection of theoretical thoughts. It's a practical guide forged from real-world experiences,
Okay.
filled with insights from just a huge array of individuals who faced and ultimately overcame profound anxieties. It's about tested techniques, not, abstract philosophy.
And Carnegie himself was no stranger to this struggle, which is, I think, what gives his work such credibility.
Definitely. He tells us that 35 years before writing this book, he is one of the unhappiest young men in New York, despising his job selling motor trucks.
Wow.
He lived in a cheap, cockroach-infested room, came home every night with a sick headache, bred and fed by disappointment, worry, bitterness, and rebellion. I mean, his college dreams had turned into nightmares.
That sounds awful.
And this profound unhappiness led to a pivotal decision. He left that job, started teaching public speaking.
Ah.
And it was his students' deep desire to solve their problems, to gain confidence, get ahead, stop worrying, that ultimately inspired him to write this very book.
So he really understood it from the inside out.
He faced it, he learned from it, and then he taught others how to conquer it.
That makes sense.
Now, many of us tend to think of worry as purely mental, right? A kind of internal monologue in our heads.
Yeah, that's the common view.
But here's where it gets really interesting. Our sources reveal the truly devastating physical toll that worry can take on our bodies.
Oh, absolutely. What's fascinating here is how clearly physical ailments are linked to our emotional states. Medical experts like Dr. Joseph F. Montague, he observed a direct connection between worry and stomach ulcers. Montague famously stated, "You get ulcers from what is eating you."
Powerful quote.
Isn't it? And a large study at the Mayo Clinic, they looked at 15,000 stomach disorder patients.
15,000.
Yeah. And found that 4 out of 5 had no physical basis for their illness. Instead, it was fear, worry, and inability to adjust. Those were the root causes.
So the mind was actually creating the physical problem.
Exactly. It's a stark reminder that ulcers are tragically now the 10th leading cause of fatal diseases.
That's a sobering thought, isn't it? And it's not just ulcers.
No, not at all.
We also hear the story of a well-known cigarette manufacturer who died of heart failure at just 61.
Oh, right.
He'd amassed millions, but likely traded years of his life for that business success. Dr. Alexis Carrel's warning really resonates. Businessmen who do not know how to fight worry die young.
It suggests that a calm approach to life can literally add years, while those intense, worry-driven lives, they take a heavy penalty.
Yeah.
And beyond those major illnesses, worry is implicated in a whole range of other physical issues. High blood pressure, rheumatism, thyroid problems, even diabetes.
It just connects everywhere.
The mind-body connection is just undeniable. Emotional distress manifests as physical ailment. It's plain to see.
And the power of that connection is profound. Think of General Grant.
Mm-hmm.
His violent sick headache vanished instantaneously the moment he received Lee's surrender letter.
Wow, just like that.
A shift from immense pressure to immediate relief. Carnegie even observed nervous breakdowns and diabetes directly linked to worry in people living just 1 block from his home.
That close. It shows how pervasive it is.
Yeah, and how devastating this emotional state can be.
And this brings us to the mental health aspect, too. The Mayo brothers found that over half of our hospital beds are occupied by people with nervous troubles, not physical deterioration.
Over half. That's staggering.
It is. Worry and emotional conflicts are significant contributors to nervous breakdowns and, well, even insanity.
Right.
Our sources paint this chilling analogy. The Chinese water torture.
Okay.
Where it's not a single catastrophic event, but the constant relentless drip, drip, drip of small, nagging worries that slowly erodes a person's mental resilience.
Driving them towards madness.
Yeah.
Even suicide.
Exactly. It's the cumulative effect, not necessarily the intensity, that becomes unbearable over time. And Dr. Carl Jung, he found that 1/3 of his patients suffer from the senselessness and emptiness of their lives, Worry often fills that void.
So with this understanding of worry's devastating impact, physical and mental,
Yeah.
what's the first powerful strategy we can adopt? How do we actively push back?
Well, our sources point to a mental discipline introduced by a truly renowned physician.
Okay.
That's right, Sir William Osler, brilliant physician, helped organize Johns Hopkins Regius Professor at Oxford.
Impressive credentials.
Absolutely. And his secret to a worry-free life was what he called living in day-tight compartments.
Day-tight compartments. Tell me more.
He was inspired by the watertight compartments on an ocean liner. You know how a captain can press a button and seal off sections?
Right, in an emergency.
Exactly. Osler said we should learn to do the same, mentally, to shut off the past, the dead yesterdays, and shut off the future, the unborn tomorrows.
Just focus on today.
Precisely. The core insight is that our mental energy is finite. By confining our focus to the present, we stop the past's regrets and the future's anxieties from draining us.
Allowing us to act effectively now.
With full efficacy today.
It truly is powerful, and it challenges us, doesn't it? This idea of only focusing on today feels almost counterintuitive in our long-term planning culture.
It does. But Osler wasn't saying don't prepare. He emphasized that the best possible way to prepare for tomorrow is to concentrate with all your intelligence, all your enthusiasm on doing today's work superbly today.
That is the preparation.
That's the only possible way you can prepare for the future. It echoes Thomas Carlyle's words. Our main business is not to see what lies dimly at a distance, but to do what lies clearly at hand.
Like the prayer, give us this day our daily bread, only asking for today's needs.
Exactly.
And Edward S. Evans, the guy who built a huge business from nothing, he only recovered and succeeded after learning this very principle.
It proves this isn't just philosophy, it's a practical blueprint for resilience.
A real strategy.
And it connects beautifully to that ancient Roman idea, carpe diem, seize the day. John Ruskin even had today carved on his desk.
Wow.
As Stephen Leacock observed, we so often tend to put off living, dreaming of some magical rose garden over the horizon instead of enjoying the roses blooming right outside our windows today.
So living in day-tight compartments means truly seizing this day.
The present day, yes.
Okay, so that's for managing the general flow of worry. But what about when you're already in the thick of a problem? When worry is actively gnawing at you?
Oh, right. For confronting those active challenges, we can turn to a structured, logical method, refined by a highly successful inventor, actually.
Inventor, okay.
Willis H. Carrier, the pioneer of air conditioning. He developed the simple three-step technique he used for over 30 years. Superb results, he said.
30 years.
Yeah.
It must work.
It's a powerful way to handle problems without letting worry take over.
So what are these 3 steps? What's the underlying wisdom here?
Okay, first, step 1. Analyze the situation fearlessly and honestly and figure out what is the worst that could possibly happen.
Face the worst-case scenario head-on.
Exactly. Carrier himself faced a major failure with a new gas cleaning device. He estimated the worst. Losing his job, company losing maybe $20,000.
Okay, got the worst. Then what?
Step 2. After figuring out the worst, reconcile yourself to accepting it, if necessary.
Accept it mentally.
Mentally prepare for it. Carrier accepted the possibility of job loss, the company writing off the money as research. And here's the crucial part. Once he accepted this worst case, an extremely important thing happened. Immediate relaxation, a sense of peace. The mental battle was over.
Because he wasn't fighting reality anymore.
Precisely. And then comes step 3. From that time on, calmly devote your time and energy to trying to improve upon the worst, which you have already accepted mentally.
So acceptance frees you up to act constructively.
With a clear mind. Carrier then made tests, invested another $5,000, and turned that potential $20,000 loss into a $15,000 profit.
Incredible.
It's this logical, dispassionate approach. Fear, then acceptance, then action. That was key for him.
That's incredibly powerful. You move from panic to acceptance and then to calm, productive action. There's that story, too, the oil executive being blackmailed.
Oh, yes. Great example.
3 days and nights, just frantic ruin staring him in the face.
Terrible state to be in.
But then he used this formula. Worst case, business ruined, but he wouldn't go to jail. He accepted it mentally.
And that changed everything.
He could suddenly think clearly, realize he should call his lawyer, slept like a log that night. And the next morning, found out the blackmailer was already wanted by the police. Problem solved.
What a turnaround, all because he stopped the frantic worrying and started thinking strategically. It really works.
Okay, so that's reactive.
Yeah.
What about being proactive? The habits and perspectives that can help us just eliminate worry before it even gets a grip.
Yes, shifting to prevention. A primary strategy, really a cornerstone principle, is simply to keep busy.
Keep busy, like distraction.
Not just distraction. As Professor James L. Mersel put it, worry is most apt to ride you ragged, not when you are in action, but when the day's work is done.
Ah, when the mind is idle.
Exactly. Our minds, kind of like a vacuum, will rush to fill with anxious emotions if they're not constructively occupied. Action is a genuine antidote to rumination.
It's so true. Churchill famously said, "I'm too busy. I have no time for worry."
Right.
It's about channeling that mental energy productively, leaving no room for those destructive what-ifs.
Another crucial proactive strategy is to examine the law of averages.
The law of averages. How does that help?
Well, we often face big disasters bravely, right? But then we let the little things, the trifles, get us down.
Yeah.
Many of our worries are just irrational, statistically speaking. It's about asking, okay, realistically, what are the chances, according to the law of averages, that this thing I'm worrying about will ever actually happen?
Looking at the odds, that's eye-opening. That fruit distributor, Jim Grant, he tormented himself about train wrecks until he looked at the numbers. Out of 25,000 cars he'd handled, only 5 wrecked.
Tiny chance. Negligible, really.
And that soldier in Normandy, Frederick Malstead, built a roof over his slit trench, calmed himself by calculating the minuscule odds of a direct bomb hit.
When you actually look at the numbers, most fears just evaporate. They're statistical outliers.
Makes sense.
Then there's the wisdom of learning to cooperate with the inevitable.
Accepting what you can't change.
Exactly. Resisting what cannot be changed just creates inner conflict, stress. Think of jiu-jitsu masters. Bend like the willow. Don't resist like the oak.
It's about flexibility, acceptance.
Finding peace within that acceptance.
We see incredible resilience in people who master this, like Sarah Bernhardt at 71, accepting her leg amputation.
Yes. Saying she had to go forward without it to remain the divine Sarah.
Embracing what is rather than fighting what was.
Building on that, another powerful principle. Put a stop-loss order on your worries.
Like in the stock market.
Precisely. It's applying that financial strategy to emotional management. Setting a limit. Deciding how much time or energy you'll spend worrying about something and no more.
Like Charles Roberts, the investment counselor.
Yeah.
Applied it to his habitually late friend. Said his stop loss for waiting was 10 minutes. After that, he was gone.
It's about making a conscious choice to write off lost time or effort and then genuinely moving on. Cut your losses emotionally.
Okay.
And very closely related is the idea. Don't saw sawdust.
Don't saw sawdust.
The past is unchangeable. It's done. As Connie Mack, the baseball legend, put it, you can't grind any grain with water that has already gone down the creek.
Worrying about the past is like trying to sawdust pointless effort.
Exactly. Mack himself learned to stop agonizing over lost games. Jack Dempsey, after losing his title, resolved not to live in the past or cry over spilt milk.
The message is crystal clear.
Yeah.
The past is done. Worrying about it gets you nowhere.
Nowhere at all.
Okay, so we've talked about managing worry, reacting to it, preventing it. Now let's shift to actively cultivating a positive mental attitude. How do we reshape our whole experience?
Absolutely. This is key. A fundamental principle here is to count your blessings, not your troubles.
Focus on the good stuff.
It often comes down to that. Happiness often hinges on focusing on the, say, 90% of things that are right in our lives rather than fixating on the 10% that are wrong.
Perspective.
Exactly. Think of the words think and thank inscribed in those old Cromwellian churches. Simple but profound wisdom.
And the stories illustrating this are incredible. Eddie Rickenbacker.
Adrift in the Pacific. Yeah.
21 days. His realization, if you have all the fresh water you want to drink and all the food you want to eat, you ought never to complain about anything.
Puts things in perspective, doesn't it? Understanding what truly matters when everything else is stripped away. Gratitude.
Definitely.
Next up is the principle. Don't imitate others. Be yourself.
Be authentic.
The sources really emphasize the unique potential within each person, reminding us that, quote, envy is ignorance and imitation is suicide. Strong words.
They are. And Dale Carnegie himself talks about his own bitter and costly experience trying to copy famous actors and writers.
Right.
He only found real success when he wrote from his own experiences, observations, and convictions. Authenticity worked.
And Irving Berlin telling a young George Gershwin, basically, be yourself or you'll just be a second-rate me. Be yourself and you can be a first-rate Gershwin.
Powerful advice. Be first-rate you.
It's a strong call to authenticity. Then there's the wisdom to turn minuses into plus.
Finding the good in the bad.
More like profiting from losses. William Bolitho, who lost a leg himself, said, "The most important thing in life is not to capitalize on your gains. The really important thing is to profit from your losses." Reframing adversity.
Like Ben Fortson.
Yeah.
Lost both legs at 24,
Mm-hmm.
yet became Secretary of State for Georgia. He realized his accident forced him to develop his mind, to appreciate what really matters.
Challenges, when you reframe them like that, can become catalysts for incredible, unexpected growth.
Yeah.
And this leads directly to another powerful principle. Forget your own unhappiness by creating happiness for others.
Getting out of your own head by helping someone else.
Precisely. Remember Carl Jung noting that emptiness often comes from being too self-focused, and Henry C. Link providing scientific proof of the necessity of self-sacrifice. Giving can be the best form of self-help.
Like Professor William Lyon Phelps at Yale.
Oh, yeah.
Made it a habit to say something agreeable to everyone I meet. Genuinely took an interest in their lives, found happiness for himself, and lifted others up.
It truly is a powerful way to boost your own spirits. Win-win.
It is.
And finally, a really powerful pathway to peace of mind, as William James declared, is the sovereign cure of religious faith.
Faith as an anchor against worry.
Our sources offer some deeply personal examples of this. Carnegie's own mother. Her deep, abiding, and joyous belief helped his father overcome suicidal thoughts during terrible financial hardship. She just knew things would work out.
That core belief.
And Olga K. Jarvie, facing terminal cancer, she took an oath. "I am not going to worry. I am not going to cry. I am going to win. I am going to live."
Wow.
That profound belief that a cheerful mental attitude helps the body fight disease, it empowered her. It gave her strength.
It's a powerful force for many. Okay, let's quickly touch on conquering two specific, really potent sources of worry. Criticism and money troubles.
Yes, very common ones. First, dealing with external judgment. A key principle is don't worry about criticism.
Easier said than done sometimes.
True. But the counterintuitive idea here is no one ever kicks a dead dog.
Meaning if you're being criticized.
It often means you're making an impact. You're worth paying attention to. Or maybe it just gives the critic a feeling of importance. Don't automatically internalize it.
Look at history. Jefferson, Washington. Heavily criticized.
Fiercely denounced. Eleanor Roosevelt's philosophy was great. Do what you think is right. Criticisms will then mean nothing. Have that strong inner compass.
Right. Now, money. Carnegie says, what, 70% of all our worries are about money.
That's the figure he cites.
Why?
But interestingly, a financial expert, Mrs. Elsie Stapleton, offers a crucial insight. She says, more money is not the answer.
Really?
What causes most people to worry is that they don't know how to spend the money they have. It's about management, not just amount.
So practical steps, what are they?
Well, drawing on Carnegie's own experiences with poverty, get the facts down on paper, see where it's really going.
Okay.
Get a tailor-made budget that really fits your needs, not some generic thing.
Makes sense.
Learn how to spend wisely. And a big one, don't gamble ever.
Sound advice.
And ultimately, the financial wisdom is, if you genuinely can't improve the situation right now, then let's be good to ourselves and stop resenting what can't be changed. Mental acceptance again.
It frees you up. And the journey of John D. Rockefeller Sr., I mean, that just perfectly sums up both the dangers and the solutions, doesn't it?
It really does. Worry and just high-tension living had utterly wrecked his health by age 53.
53. He lost his hair, looked like a mummy, lived on special milk.
Fretting over tiny sums like a $150 insurance premium, despite being the richest man in the world. Ceaseless work, endless worry, no relaxation. It brought him to his knees.
But then, that dramatic turnaround.
The doctors gave him 3 rules. Avoid worry, relax, watch his diet.
And he actually listened.
Obeyed them to the letter, learned to play golf, garden, sing, and crucially, he started giving away his millions. The Rockefeller Foundation.
And that act of giving brought him peace.
Completely changed him. He lived to be 98, famously didn't lose a night's sleep even when Standard Oil got hit with the heaviest fine in history.
What a transformation, a real testament to these principles.
Absolutely.
So, wrapping this up, what does this all mean for you, our listener? Conquering worry isn't about avoiding challenges or, pretending problems don't exist.
No, not at all.
It's about equipping ourselves with a powerful toolkit and a resilient mindset to face them head on with clarity and hopefully some peace.
And these principles, they aren't brand new. They are, as Carnegie says, old, obvious, and eternal truths. But knowing them isn't enough.
Right.
Their mastery, forming these new habits, requires a constant and vigorous campaign of review and application. It's an ongoing commitment to building a new way of life.
So we encourage you to start small, maybe with some of the just for today principles Carnegie himself advocated. Pick one or two and practice them today. Just for today, I will be happy. Remembering happiness is often a choice. Just for today, I will try to live through this day only, those day-tight compartments.
Good one to start with.
Or maybe, just for today, I will have a quiet half hour all by myself and relax. Which one resonates with you? Which one will you choose for today?
Good question.
And remember what Dr. Alexis Carrel said, those who keep the peace of their inner selves in the midst of the tumult of the modern city are immune from nervous diseases.
Powerful thought.
What inner resources might you unlock by consciously choosing to cultivate that peace, starting today?